everybody, Ghostblade 1062 here with another rolling stock review. Today we will be reviewing one of the recently released Rapido Canadian Pacific Super Continental line CC&F coaches in the Canadian Pacific road number 102 ES Smith paint scheme. That is a part of the Canadian Pacific Excursion train. And now, let's move on to the unboxing. Alright, time to begin with taking a closer look at the packaging. To start with, we have on the top left here the Rapido train's branding, with a clear plastic front window giving us our first glimpse at the passenger car. On the bottom and top we also have the Rapido logo with an age restriction warning. And then on the back we have a mural along with the Rapido website and address. And then moving on to the left side of the box, we again have the Rapido logo. We have the product barcode here, as well as a product description. This being a Super Continental line CC&F EM coach, CP Rail Royal Canadian Pacific number 102 ES Smith. And looking on the other side of the right side of the box, here we have the product ID, this being 100383. The car is equipped with Mopower lighting, so we do have internal lighting on this passenger car. Then we have a picture of the car itself, and again the product description. And now, opening up the box, we have the car in this clamshell. But we have some additional items also included. So to start off with, we have this little baggie here with longer couplers, as well as the classification lights. And then we also have this magnetic tool for turning on and off the lighting. And of course included we have some paperwork and the likes, as well as a few stickers. And we have the exploded diagram with part numbers. And the user manual. Which also includes the warranty, and this is in both English and French. And now for the car itself, opening up the clamshell. We do have the car also wrapped in some softer plastic to help protect the paint. And here we have the car itself. And next, we will move on to the detail overview section of the video. Time to take a closer look at the car. Starting on the end here, we have our metal knuckle coupler. And going towards that, we have our coupler cut lever here. and our steam line hose. And then above that we have our diaphragm, which connects the passenger cars to this car to the rest of the train to provide a covered walkway area. And we have this gate, separately fitted gate here, to protect people from accidentally walking out of the train. And from here we can also see the silver painted door in the background there with clear glass. And on either side we have the slots for the marker lights. Now moving on to the side, we have our steps going up to the door here with separately fitted handrails. And we have our molded in door handle detail and nice see-through glass. And just beside the door we have the CP reporting marks and road number. And as we look at the different windows, we see that the blinds are in various positions. And here towards the center top we have the Canadian Pacific logo once again, and the bottom center we have the car name, this being Ernest Smokey Smith, VC. Now looking at the trucks, we have some very nice brake detailing and suspension detailing. And looking underneath we have our various storage compartments and other components. And of course towards the far end here we have our handrails. We do have this blocked out window here, for which I would assume is a washroom. And now looking at the other end of the car, we again have our coupler cut lever, we have our steam line hoses, we have our diaphragm, but this one is much closer to the door, and of course we have our gate. And moving to the final side here, we again have our handrails, the blocked out window, our Canadian Pacific and car name, again our sunshades. Our shades are in different positions, but we can still see inside of the car itself. We have different underside components that are visible here on this side. And on this end of the car we have another blocked out window on this side, which is different from the other side. Now looking at the car from the top, we have some nice riveting detail on the roof of the car. And then on the end here, we have some separately fitted grab irons and this access panel. And now finally looking at the car from underneath, starting with the trucks, we can see our wiring in here, as well as our wiper pickups on the trucks. And this applies to both trucks, which allow for the power pickup. We also see here our air reservoir tanks. We have our storage cabinets, our steam tanks, and various other components along with the brake lines. All in all, super detailed underneath. And that covers the detail overview section of the video. And next, we will move on to the rip track segment. Alright, time for the rip track segment. To start with, we are going to verify the wheel gauge of the passenger coach. Starting on this truck here, axle number 1 is good, and axle number 2 is good. Now for the rear truck, axle number 1 is good, and axle number 2 is good. So all of our wheels are engaged, which is a great start. And now to verify the coupler height, right, coupler number 1. The height itself is good, but just like the Dominion car, the coupler cut bar is hanging down too far and catching on the height gauge on this end. So now let's verify the other end. And on this side it is actually good. So I will have to make a quick adjustment on this side here for the coupler. And with that, I should be able to couple up with no issue. Alright, and with that, the couplers are good, and we are ready to take the car over to the track for a test run. Alright, I've got the coach put on the track now, so now I will turn on the track power, which automatically turns on the interior lighting. And with the magnetic tool that came included, if we move it to the left, we can shut off the internal lighting via an internal switch, and moving it to the right turns the lighting back on. And now let's have the train start moving. Alright everybody, this concludes my review of the Rapido Super Continental line CC&F EM coach in the Royal Canadian Pacific E.S. Smith road number 102 paint scheme. Just like the Dominion car, it is a beautiful piece of work. The detailing on it is superb. It's running super smoothly, and the interior lighting is a nice warm yellow color that doesn't stick out too much. And in the future I'm hoping to add some passengers into the car. All in all, another wonderful addition to my collection and another wonderful piece of work from Rapido. That being said, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment, and subscribe for more model railroad content. Have a great day, everybody!